Hey, Tony Gassens here. You probably can't see me, and I'm still a little bit under the weather. I'm gonna give you a little secret. Talk to you about a little something. Help, I have my phone. Talk to you about a little something. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. You know, I was looking at my Q&A. I'm in my neighborhood, so I'm not in traffic. I'm just riding down my street. And looking at my Q&A on Instagram. And I see replies. And a lot of the answers, I answer the question, a lot of people respond, why? And what humans want to do is humans want to understand everything. Humans want to understand everything. Humans want to know everything. Humans got to know the ins and outs to everything. Humans just got to know. And that's our biggest problem. Let me tell you how to win in everything. How to win in life. How to win in relationships. The way you win is stop worrying about everything outside of you and focus on what's inside of you. The way you win is to focus on you. To focus on you. Focus on who you are. Focus on perfecting you. In the sense of pursuing excellence. When I say perfecting, I mean pursuing excellence. So, what is wrong with your personality? Do you talk too much? Do you argue too much? Do you like to debate too much? Are you too negative? You a Debbie Downer? What's wrong with your personality? You too quiet because you're letting your insecurities beat you up? What is wrong with you, with your personality? What's wrong with your body? Do you need to eat better? Do you need to work out more? Do you need to sleep more? What do you need to do in your body? Now, what's wrong with your mindset? Do you doubt too much? Do you fear too much? Do you worry too much? You see what I'm saying? If you work on you, if you focus on you, and you make it a point to just better you, to better your best, you won't have to worry about anything else. People will want to be around you. If you single, somebody will want to be with you. It may not happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen the minute you make every change. It's going to take time because you got to show that this is a habit, that this is really you, that you really have grown, that you really have changed. And then when you show that, then you're going to attract what's for you. But think about it. Things work better. Things work better. It work in your favor. And you got to be able to move with confidence in life, love, and business. And it's going to work out for you. It's going to get better for you. But you got to understand that. And so stop looking around. Stop looking outside yourself and evaluate you. Evaluate your heart. Evaluate your mind. Evaluate your spirit. Your work ethic, your attitude, your mentality. Evaluate those things. And listen, we know. You'll be talking to somebody and they'll say, hey, forgive me, I know I talk too much. Okay, well, if you know you talk too much, then hush. Hey, you gotta forgive me, I'm just extremely blunt. Okay, well, if you know you too blunt, then stop being so blunt. If you know that's what's blocking your blessings and pushing people away and hindering stuff from coming in your life, then stop doing it. Stop doing it, and you gonna see what's happening. You know, you gotta forgive me. I'm just a little too horny. I'm just a little too hot in the pants. Okay, stop messing with the little toy or Angela. And what you're gonna realize is you don't stop breathing. When you stop being too blunt, when you stop talking too much, when you stop bragging too much, when you stop complaining too much, when you stop stressing too much, you stop worrying too much, you stop eating too much, you stop doing the most, you're going to realize that you do not stop breathing. You're going to be, I'm still breathing. Wow. Okay. I felt a little stress. I mean, I felt a little anxiety. I felt a little worried, but I just didn't do it. I just didn't give into it, and I'm still pinch myself. I'm still living. Oh man. So you mean to tell me I didn't have to do that all this time? Oh man. The next thing you know, you get stronger. Then you get wiser. Then you get better. And then the next thing you know, you start to attract the things in your life that you once dreamt of. Your dreams become a reality because you did the work on you. But until you do the work on you and you stop looking around, you stop looking left and right, you stop waiting on somebody to show up and save you, until you get to that place, then you will forever be lacking. You don't have to understand everything about a man. You ain't got to understand everything about a woman. You just got to love yourself. Set your standards. So I don't understand everything about no woman, but guess what? You're not going to yell at me. You're not going to curse at me. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to belittle me. So I ain't got to understand everything, but I know what I will and I won't accept. Point blank period. So as long as you ain't doing the things that I refuse to accept, then you all right with me. You hear what I'm telling you? And you got to start to live life on your terms. I'm in my wife's car that she drive the boys to school every day in. And this here's a 2020 Escalade, and it's the ESV. I don't know what that means. Maybe it stands for extended sport version or something. But it's the ESV. And I remember when I got this thing, I didn't put any money down on it. I told them I ain't doing a down payment. Cause do you know every $1,000 you put down, it only change your payment $20. So I told him I ain't doing no down payment. The man came, I said down payment. Some people, oh, Tony be cursing. No, I got a country accent. I've never said a curse word on my channel. I said down payment, not D payment. What you thought I said, the D word. And so the man he come giving me a 5-point-something% interest rate. I say, sir, I'm not paying 5-point-something% interest rate. I said my credit in 700s. Oh, well, you got another car with this right here interest rate. I say, yeah, because my credit was bad when I had that car, when I got that car. And my credit ain't there no more. So you need to give me a credit interest rate that applies. I really should have been at like a 2-point-something. But the dealership is allowed to add points to the interest rate because they make more money that way. So I'm at the dealership today getting a car, getting a what you call this? A oil change. And I got a tire patch because it started to leak. And the man, they told me I need to change these 2 tires on the driver's side because it's wearing thin on the inside. Now you still got some time when you're wearing thin, and I got plenty of life left in these tires, and I could go and get other comparisons. I could go to Costco and see what they'll charge me for the tires. Go to a tire place, see what they'll charge me. Call up there to the Cadillac dealership and see what they'll charge. So I'm gonna do my due diligence because the tires got plenty of life in them. So he called me with a quote that was like, oh, and he said the only other thing you need to do is differential fluid. Well, when I Googled the differential fluid, it said that you really don't need to change that till 60,000 miles. I ain't nowhere near 60,000 miles, so I say I'm not finna. So I say, sir, I'm not gonna do the differential. And I say, what's up, buddy?
Good.
What, you going to bed? What, you heard me out here?
Yes. I got a 91 on my math test.
Wow, good job. That's an A. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. Yeah, good. How many questions they had on the test?
I'll tell you.
You gonna look at it and tell me tomorrow. You going to bed? I love you. You just stuck your finger in that door right here, so you might got a little oil on it. So make sure you ain't got no oil on it.
Good.
Okay, I love you.
Love you
Be
too.
good. I'll be in the house a little bit. Night, night. Baby, know I was out here. Can't even say good night. I guess they heard him pull up, heard the garage. You know, the kid. That's the joy of life. And so I tell the guy, now in the past, I'll be like, man, what? All that? He said, yeah, it's going to be $1,100. I walked out of there. I paid $124. I paid for my oil change, and I paid for that tire to get patched. Cause I said, I'm gonna compare the prices. These tires got to get a little more wear on it. That differential fluid, Google just told me from GM website, I don't need to change differential fluid till 60,000 miles. And I ain't know what the differential fluid is, but I Googled it. When should I change the differential fluid on a Cadillac Escalade, 2020 Cadillac Escalade? And it say 60,000 miles. And it have a range, but I'm finna go to the end of the range. And so, here's an example. Y'all gotta forget I'm still on the weather now. And so, I can't talk more than 10 minutes, but I'm over 10 minutes. So, the guy walking past me, I say, hey, y'all got any 2020 Escalades? 2020 Escalades out here? I said, I heard they hard to get. He said, yeah, we got a few. So they showed me one. It's white on white. I'm like, sir, I'm not an angel. What I look like driving white on white? I got two boys, 14 and 7. I need black interior. So then they showed me another one. It's a shorter body, the shorter base, white with the brown interior. I'm like, they bring me the paperwork on it. The car worth $92,000. Okay. I paid $82,000 for the one I'm in. 2020, bought it in 2020 with 200 miles on it. Okay. This car they showed me, it had a couple hundred miles. I can't remember how many miles. And it had like some kind of peanut butterish interior, but the car is white. And then the steering wheel, where all this right here is black, it was like a brown, kind of like a peanut butter brown or chocolate or something. It ain't look the best to me. And it didn't have the entertainment system. This one got a DVD system, so my son's watching a movie on a long ride. And so I say, okay, well, show me the numbers. It don't look bad, it look a little chic. It's for my wife. We don't need the extended version anymore because I bought a Sprinter. So we take the Sprinter now on all the soccer stuff. We had the extended one for soccer because you've got to fit a bunch of chairs and stuff back there. Now I got the Sprinter. So we don't need the extended. So she could drive the shorter wheelbase Escalade. And so the lady come do the numbers. Do you know right now they selling this car? They marked it up from what the dealership selling it for. I mean, the manufacturer got it listed at the market suggested rate. They marking it up $45,000. And it's all a guesstimate. Like, it's no national average. They don't have to mark it up at all. They can mark it up 10,000. They can mark it up 5,000. But I look like a dummy. So they mark it up 45,000. Then I say, I say for that type of markup, I can't really get that car because it's not perfect. I want a black car with black interior with the entertainment. She come back out. Hey, I got great news. All this news was the same the whole time. But because I'm not willing to settle for the other two, now she come back with great news. We have a black on black premium luxury platinum one, but I can't drive it up. They won't let me drive it up because it only has 88 miles on it. And so I can't drive it up, but I could walk you to it because it hasn't gone in an inspection yet. And so she walked me to it, and it's nice now. It's nice. I said, okay, so what the price is? And she come back. They want $153,000 for the car. $153,000. They marking it up $50,000. Talking about because of COVID. And then this right here car, I still owe $53,000 on it. But used cars are going for more money right now. So if you got a car note, your car, if you take it to CarMax, you might actually get offered more for your car than what you owe. But if you ain't got another car to drive and you got to go buy another car, the car you go buy, you paying more for it than it's worth. So you still ain't winning. So they say they're going to give me $63,000 for this car. But they marking the vehicle up $50,000. So really, I'm not pocketing $10,000. I ain't pocketing $10,000 because they just getting that back in the markup. So I say, well, they say, well, we got it right here for you. These are the hardest thing in the world in the country to get. You ain't gonna be able to get this anywhere in the country. You know, this is so hard. You know, what if we do this for you? What if we do this for? I say, well, no, I need to go to CarMax and I need to get a quote from them on this car so I can see what it's worth. They're gonna print out the Kelley Blue Book value. It say 61, which still give me $8,000 equity in the car. So I got equity in it. Now my wife got another SUV that she could drive, but it don't have an entertainment and it's more a luxury SUV. It's for her. I got that for her personal. When she going to get her hair done, she going to get her nails done. I want her to be able to have her own space that it's not a pigsty. This one right here with two boys, it stay filthy. I went and washed it and vacuumed it out today and gassed it up for her and got the oil change for her. But her other SUV, I want her to have that for when she by herself. You know, just relax, it stay chic, it stay clean. And so I could sell this, pocket, make a profit, make a little money on it. And because typically you in the negative with your car. But because of the market right now, everything is more, so I can make a little profit on this here. And then she just drive that. But I don't want to do that because I don't want my sons to junk up her personal SUV. And so I tell them, hey, I gotta go and check with CarMax. Then I'm gonna look around the country at this same vehicle with this same amount of miles to compare prices. And then I'll let you know, well, sir, this is a really hot car. Like, it could be gone. I said, well, if somebody else get it, they deserve to have it. But I'm finna go. So I go on about my business. So for one, I don't do $1,100 in service that they want me to do. I do $124. Then I remember the lady, she said, well, you want to come in my office and you can sit in my office while I do the numbers? I said, no, I'm going to sit out here outside on the rocking chair. And you can come to me out here on the rocking chair. So she walking a half a block coming to me on the rocking chair. And as I sat there, I say, man, Tony, you a new man. Because not once did I flex. I used to lie, you know, and say I was a millionaire and I was broke. And I ain't flex or nothing. I just stood my ground, said what I was and wasn't gonna do, and let them know what I will and won't do, what I will and won't accept, and it is what it is. Now, a sales manager came out and talked to me after I told her what I'm about to do. She got to go tell the sales manager, so this the sales protocol. So now he come out. He do all his little talk. I'm telling him I got another dealership that say they could save me some thousands, so I'm going to look into that. He said, oh, I know the GM over there. He started with us. I ain't going to say nothing bad about him. But I'm going to tell you this. You know, they can't do this. They can't do that. They can't do that. And I wanted to say to him, well, the same way you say they lying to me is the same way you could be lying to me. But I just say I'm not finna go back and forth. There's no need to argue and debate and put him on defense and show him that I'm not as dumb as I look. I'm gonna let him think I'm dumb, and then he just gonna either lose the deal or I'm gonna come back with hard, concrete numbers to where they gonna have to give me a real offer. And so, give me a real deal. And so, and I just was asking, I don't need no car. And when I left there, and I say, these people marking these cars up $50,000 right now. But this is 2020, and it's totally fine. It's totally perfect. I don't need no new car, but I'm just the type of man that if something out there new, and I was with my business partner, and he told me his daddy trading his car every 50,000 miles, I'm like, man, that's some boss baller stuff. And I don't like nobody to be more boss baller than me, because I serve God. And I feel like the children of God deserve the best. At some season in our life, we deserve a double portion like Job got. We deserve to be second in command like Joseph was. We deserve to have, you know, blessing like Solomon had, and like King David had. And so I don't like to see a secular person who don't serve God living better than me. So I trust God and believe God for the absolute best that the earth got to offer me while I'm passing through here. I don't like settling for average and for second best when I know God got better. If God got better, if the devil got for his kids, I know God got for his. And so I trust God for it, and guess what? That's why I got it. A lot of people don't believe God got it for you, and that's why you ain't got it, because you're not believing God for it. And so don't get mad at somebody who believe God for it and go to talking about, oh, the Bible, you preaching the prosperity gospel. Hey, all right, you keep, okay, all right, you keep getting put down on the side of the road you want to. I'm finna believe God for A to B. You see what I'm saying? I want God's best, because I want to be at my best. And so when I left there, I said to myself, now see what I was about to say, I'm the type of man that, you know, this is how I feel in my heart. And this is why I am the way I am about my vehicles and just my house and everything, my wife clothes and everything, is that is a queen, okay? So I want a queen, just like these tires is wearing thin on the inside, so I'm going to get new tires. They want $300 a piece for them tires, or $400 a piece for them tires. So I'm gonna get new tires, so that my wife ain't got to get put down on the side of the road. But at the same time, if I see another woman in a 2021, she not more of a queen than my wife. So if I can afford a 2021, I'm gonna get my wife a 2021, because I don't want my queen pulling up in a 2020 beside another queen who in a 2021. That's just how I am. I want my wife to be in the absolute best that I can afford. But it's not 100% necessary right now, and it wouldn't be wise, because they charging $50,000 over value. And the reason why is because they got a lot of cars that's just sitting that they can't deploy because they missing the chip. And the chips are backed up and delayed right now, but that's going to change within another 6 months. So all them cars that's sitting is going to get the chip, and then they're going to get deployed, and then they're going to be on the market. And I happen to strike up a conversation. See, what's wrong with you? I'm really quiet. I'm really shy. I'm an introvert. I do this out of purpose, but I'm really quiet and shy, and I'm an introvert. But a lady look like, you know, in her 50s, you know, around somewhere in her 50s, look like she sat down. She could be in her 60s and look young. And she sat down and she was commenting on the rocking chair. She said, well, I see the rocking chair isn't just for old people like me, because I'm sitting in a rocking chair. That's my style. I'm an old soul then. And so, you know, this is a Caucasian lady, and she dressed real nice. She put together, you know, little tweed pants and little white button down shirt and some nice little loafers. And I'm like, okay, some nice little black frame glasses. And I said, okay, sister put together nice now. And she sat down, she commentating. So after the salesman and the sales lady walk away, I said to the lady, I get out my comfort zone and where I need to grow at, being a black male, this a white female. I said, they're trying to sell me an Escalade for $150,000. And it's probably worth $92,000. She said, what? Are you kidding me? And she say, and like you're so desperate for a car right now. And I say, exactly. I got a 2020. I don't even need the car. I just was asking questions about the market, and they selling me on this car. They trying to sell me on this car, and they want $50,000 over the price. And there's people who paying it now, because I see them people. I see that Escalade riding around. People paying it. Now, I heard my white friend say the Escalade's $25,000 over value. Over a sticker right now, what they being sold for. So where he went, they marked it up 25. Where I'm at, they marking it up 45 to 50. I say, so see, the white man said 25. They telling the black man 45 for the same vehicle. They didn't give me the paper with the quote because they didn't want me to be able to take that paper to another dealership and do a deal because they know they gave me an astronomical price. So they kept that paper. And I told them I'm finna shop around. I went to my daddy's house because I bought him an outfit and some shoes. I need to drop it off for him so he could try it on. And it's his shirt I gotta get to my wife. She don't mind shipping stuff back. I hate shipping stuff back. I was gonna try to find, you know, a homeless man that I feel like could fit this shirt and give it to him. But I said, no, I don't want to bother nobody. But anyway, and so I'm talking to my daddy. Then the general manager called my phone, leave me a voicemail. Then the young lady I was working with called my phone, leave me a voicemail. I said they see they got a live fish on the line. And as I'm talking to her, I say, and she said, well, how many cars you got on your credit profile? And I told her, I ran off some of them. And her eyes got so big, she went swallowing hard. What the world are you? I know they went to Googling me after I left. They probably went to Googling me. The wonder like, what in the world going on? Well, see, I like to shift the culture. Let them know, yes, a black man who is young, under 40, can come in here and be successful, be well-dressed, be well-spoken, be put together, and not be insecure to the point that I feel I need to prove something to you. But to let you know I'm okay. And when I left, I said, Tony, you will be absolutely stupid to have a 2020 that nothing is wrong with to go get a 2021 for $50,000 over the sticker price. And then a 2022 getting delivered, they getting delivered in a month. So now your queen still 1 year behind, which none of that don't matter in the years and all that. I just, when the body style changed, the body style has changed. I like my wife to be in the latest body style because she represent me. And so when somebody when somebody see her, I want them to know she took care of. She took care of. I want every man to know ain't no room, playboy. She took care of mind, body, and spirit. Ain't no room, playboy. This ain't one of them. This ain't no desperate housewife right here, playboy. She took care of to the best. So if you want to try to impress my wife, boy, listen here. You got to go get the moon, boy. You got to go get the moon, and you got to go get the sun. You got to go get Jesus utensils out of heaven to be able to cook with. If you want to impress mine. Because I'm going to have a mind right. I'm going to have a body right. I'm going to have her clothes right. I'm going to have her car right. Her jewelry right. Her skin right. Her hair right. Her nails right. I'm taking care of her head to toe, inside and out. What could be bought and what can't be bought. What money could buy and what money can't buy. I'm finna make sure she got it. And so that's the only reason why I was even looking, because the body style done changed from 2020 to 2021. But I asked my wife, she said, I'm fine. She said, cause I love my cars, black on black, like I like it. It's the long model, so if I need to fill up the trunk with stuff, and it got the DVD, and she said, nah, it got 400 DVDs. The new one don't got a DVD. You got to stream from your phone. So that's a hassle. So now all these DVDs she done got, and she like the old school stuff like Little Rascals and Sandlot. It'll all go to waste. So I say, you know what? If McQueen say she fine, then I'm going to go ahead and wait. In probably 2022, 2023, when this one get back to 100,000, the man who changed his at 50,000, he happened to be a billionaire. So I say I'm not a billionaire, I go to 100,000. And by the time this get to 100,000, guess what? Them chips gonna be back in stock. All them cars that's sitting still without that chip, they gonna put them chips in them. They finna send them out. And so now this $50,000 markup and all this markup they doing right now on used cars, because they marking up a car $50,000. That's a 2021. You know when 2021s get made? In 2020. And they get shipped to the dealership in September of 2020. We in November of 2021. So this car been sitting for 14 months and they got the nerve to mark it up $50,000. But you know why? Because people gonna buy it out of ego. People gonna buy it out of arrogance. Not out of necessity. Just wanting to be that guy. Wanting to be that man. So I say, you know what? That's an area I had to grow in. Because I used to be the type to where when I walk in, if I feel like this white man or this white woman, and to the white people, y'all forgive me. There ain't nothing against y'all because you on here, you not racist or prejudiced. You listening to the messages. But I live in the South. So I hope you're aware of this kind of stuff. But if I walk in this place and I feel like this white man or this white woman or Asian man or Asian woman is talking to me like I'm broke, I might be broke. But I'm finna send my account in the overdrive to prove a point. I used to be that insecure. So here's what I'm telling you. When you grow and when you change and you work on you, you get the best of the best. So what them people gonna be doing, they're gonna be calling me. They're gonna be calling, hey, well, guess what? We got a whole new influx. So the market has changed. And so now we don't have to mark it up anymore. So we got it at its MSRP. And, you know, so if you want this here, the same vehicle that, yes, you know, 6 months ago was 150,000, you could walk out of here today with at 100,000. And I'm gonna say that 50,000. And you know what? In 2023, I might get a gently used 2021. A gently used one. But the market gonna be totally changed. So now, instead of 150, I'm finna be paying 85, 90. You see what I'm saying? But I'm secure enough to walk away now, when I used to feel like I had to prove a point. So I told you that whole long story just to draw out and just to paint a picture of how growth looks when you work on you and when you change your mindset and you identify where you was insecure, where you was weak, where you was ignorant, where you was desperate, and you make changes in those areas. Hey, this is Tony Gaston. God bless you. We'll talk soon.